If you are the victim of a crime, chances are you expect to get justice in a courtroom, but that idea rarely lines up with reality. We all know plea deals can happen, but just how often may surprise you.
Tonight, Live 5's investigative reporter Emily Johnson breaks down the numbers, taking us inside Charleston County's justice system to understand why plea deals are made and why victims say they're being left out of the process.
Plea deals, a critical piece of our justice system. A balancing act between offenders, victims, and South Carolina courts.
The community does need to understand, and it is not always simple.
There's always that percentage of chance that at trial our clients are convicted.
And when deals are offered, sometimes the community is left in outrage.
To me, it's definitely a slap in the face.
Nearly every criminal case in Charleston County goes through some form of negotiation, which is on track with the rest of the nation. 98% of criminal cases end with a plea bargain, according to the American Bar Association.
We don't negotiate pleas just to move cases, and we don't negotiate pleas just because we have many pending cases.
But that means almost every person facing a criminal charge will never go before a jury. Over a year throughout all South Carolina courts, only 703 criminal cases ended in a trial out of almost 140,000, according to South Carolina's judicial branch. Ninth Circuit Solicitor Scarlett Wilson says that it's simply impossible for every case to have its own trial.
We cannot try every case. It's physically impossible. We don't have the court, we don't have the resources, and nobody in this country does.
That is where plea deals step in, offered by a prosecutor to defendant. A plea deal often includes pleading guilty to one charge instead of multiple, or accepting guilt for a reduced sentence.
We have to look at what are our chances of getting a conviction, getting 12 people to agree. I mean, it's hard to get 12 people to agree to go to dinner somewhere, much less on something that's going to have lifetime effects for people.
Defense attorney Joseph Canarella says it's a big decision for his clients to accept guilt, requiring him to lay it all out on the table.
They're making a decision about their life based on what you as the lawyer is telling them. At the end of the day, when somebody enters a guilty plea, they're giving up a lot of rights and they're accepting guilt.
But victims of sometimes horrific crimes are impacted the most, seeing their accused offender get out on lesser charges and, more painfully, less time behind bars.
That was like being hit by a car all over again, because I was like, what are you telling me?
My daughter didn't get a chance to plead for her life.
We have heard from many families over the years who are upset about plea deals being offered. Recently, the cases of Ron Janae Smith and Travis Odell. 14-year-old Ron Janae Smith was shot and killed in 2021. The four men pleaded guilty to significantly lesser charges, leaving the victim's family and investigators disappointed.
They got a slap on the wrist. They were able to walk out of those doors.
Pedicab driver Travis Odell was hit by a drunk driver in 2022. Pleading guilty, the man charged only ended up spending 160 days behind bars.
This is someone saying, aha, this is our literal get out of jail free card. Let's take advantage of it.
Who do you think benefits the most from plea deals being offered?
I think everybody benefits, or there would be no deal. People need to understand that can benefit victims when a defendant comes in and says, I did it, I'm sorry, and I'm not going to make you, victim, sit on the stand and relive what happened to you. There's some value in that, and some victims recognize that more than others.
Both the prosecution and defense understand that plea deals can be upsetting to victims and the community, but they say there are many factors to consider behind the scenes: evidence, witness participation, and risk of appeal.
As a lawyer, that's why I will push back. I need all the evidence, right? I want to look at every single body camera footage. I want to look at every single written statement. Even if the evidence is strong, there's still that percentage of unknown that trial presents for a client.
That witness could have said all of these things. It's in black and white on paper, but when we get them in, it's not quite what it seemed at the time.
Plea deals will continue to shape justice in Charleston County, But victims say they deserve more of a voice in those decisions. For Live 5 Investigates, I'm Emily Johnson.